Hi folks, welcome back to Racin'-n-Braisin. I am CJ coming at you with a whole new perspective. That's right, yesterday's birthday produced an awesome present. Thank you, Mom, for the new cantilevered arm with light attachment to hold my camera in a whole new spot. The new gift is geared towards getting some better shots here in the kitchen so I can bring you guys some better content, get some better camera angles, and better shots of what I am doing here in my kitchen on the race weekends. So, new perspective, but it is still Monday, which means we do have some things to get into here on Racin'-n-Braisin. Yes, we're going to talk about what we saw yesterday in the Talladega race, as well as talk about how the picks played out for me and Mom in our regular season competition. And then finally, touch on whether or not it was a good race and a little bit of perspective on that. So let's dive right into it. We're going to start off with some big news that came out after the race yesterday. Ryan Preece and Joey Logano disqualified for spoiler issues, and that plays right into how things played out for the picks yesterday, because originally Mom had picked Ryan Preece and I had picked Austin Dillon, and originally Ryan Preece had finished second and Austin Dillon had finished 12th. Well, with the DQ, that dropped Preece all the way down to 38th and bumped Dillon up 2 more spots to 10th. So a big swing in points. Instead of now being 48 points behind, I am only 10 points behind. So Mom's now in triple digits, and I am knocking on the door with Texas looming next week and first pick for me. A small little tidbit right after the race, Mom gave a little woohoo text about gaining some points there, and I said, yeah, just wait until Preece gets DQ'd. And wouldn't you know it, we wake up this morning and get that awesome news. Preece, I'm sorry, buddy, but I spoke that one into existence, but it helped me out in the long run. So let's talk about yesterday's race. First off, I do want to commend Fox, the big Fox broadcast yesterday. They showed us every single green flag lap. Either it was that director's final race and they just wanted to go ahead and show all of the green flag laps, or somebody on Fox is watching my YouTube channel here and is listening to me beg for green flag coverage. Well, we finally got it yesterday, and that was great. All except for, I don't know if y'all noticed, but side-by-side commercial break with 9 laps to go in the race. I mean, come on, guys. That was very poorly timed. Almost as poorly timed as Jamie Little's checkered flag call at Rockingham last week. Let's talk about how there were only 2 cautions for cause yesterday. The first one was in the first stage with green flag stops. Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman all involved. Keselowski and Blaney, of course, getting the worst of that. Tough break for Blaney yet again. One of these days, the luck is definitely going to turn around for him. He always has fast cars, and you know he was going to be a contender yesterday, but taken out early. Another tough day for Brad Keselowski as well. That team just cannot catch a break and need to find a way to turn things around. I know they were really high on this weekend, hoping for a good result that just didn't show. The other caution for cause was off of the restart, off of that caution for Bell getting spun off the nose of Denny Hamlin right into Chris Buescher, and then ending up nosing hard into the inside wall on the back stretch. He walked away from that just fine. Both of those cars were eliminated from contention from their damage, but boy, that was a rough hit. That was the only 2 cautions for cause, and they were both in the first stage. Next caution was for the end of stage 1, and then the next caution was for the end of stage 2, and that was it. The race ran pure green the rest of the way. The 4-wide racing throughout stage 1 and stage 2 was great to see from a fan perspective. I know the eyes on the race were enjoying that perspective, but while we're watching it, I know that it's 4 wide and 3 wide because they're not racing full, floor pedal to the floor. So, was it really that good a racing? I was pondering that during the stages, and while they were 4 wide, the thought that hit me that I think is a little on the profound side is that even though they aren't driving at full pace, they are still going 187 mile an hour 4 wide on a 33-degree track that's only, what, 28 feet wide or something like that, can barely fit the 4 cars. And that is pretty dang impressive. Even though it wasn't exactly the fastest pace, it's still great racing to watch throughout stage 1 and 2. That led to a very unique pit strategy call at the end of stage 2, where the Joe Gibbs cars decided to pit with 3 or 4 laps in the stage, get their full service done. And that way, when they came back through during the stage 2 caution, all they needed to do was top off on gas and put them out front. That played a key factor in the way stage 3 played out. With the Gibbs cars all out front, they decided to dictate the pace. They put the loud pedal down, and they stretched out the field. It once again proved that this car is just not set well for superspeedway racing, because we couldn't get anybody close enough together to make passes to affect the air. The runs aren't big enough with this car, and once you get stretched side by side, it's really, really hard to move forward. You're kind of stuck in the line that you chose, and that's the way it is. And we saw that pit stops played the determining factor at the end of the race. That final round of pit stops that they had lasted several laps, because the Toyota cars came in much earlier, and the rest of the field gathered themselves up collectively to come in different segments. And the big winner from that, of course, was the winner from the race, Austin Cindric. They had like a 3.6 second stop faster than everybody else, and that's what ultimately got them the lead at the end of the race and control at the end of that race. Good for Austin Cindric to get that win. A feel-good win there for the garage, for the fans. I know he's a great personality on TV and always a fun interview. His energy at the end of the race yesterday after that win was awesome. Monumental energy. He was so excited, and that was great to see from a fan's perspective. So, that leads us now into discussing, was this a good race? And I want to say, yes, it was. Yes, it was, in the sense that from a visual perspective, the 3 and 4 wide racing in stage 1 and stage 2 was great. I enjoyed that. The slightest little error could have led to the big one. But having said that, we didn't get the big one yesterday, and I know that's a reason why a lot of fans enjoy Talladega and Daytona in particular, that, that big one factor, the way that it affects the race, the way it changes everything. We just didn't get that yesterday. That's not the worst thing, but that could have had another big factor in the way yesterday's race played out. The race itself did play out exactly as I predicted on Thursday's preview show, where I said, yes, the fuel-saving strategies in stage 1 and 2 will lead to 3 and 4 wide racing. We saw that. And then when they put the loud pedal down, the money was on the line, it stretched out into side-by-side racing in stage 3. And that was exactly, again, as I had predicted. Track position was king. And that was all affected by that final green flag stop. Very surprising to see a Talladega race run green the entire way in stage 3, but you know what? Not the first time it's happened. A lot of the old school races were like this. We don't always need to see a green-white checkered finish, and I am okay with that, especially after the way the racing ended on Saturday with 2 cautions to finish out both of those races on Saturday. I'll say overall, a good race. I'll take it. I enjoyed it. I watched it the whole way through, and definitely enjoyed my birthday. So that's it, guys. That's what I've got for you here on a Monday afternoon edition of Racin'-n-Braisin. I hope you all come back on Thursday, where I preview the upcoming race. The NASCAR boys are headed to Texas. All 3 series are going to be in Texas next week, and we will preview that Thursday night, talk about what the schedule looks like, what we're expecting, and any news and notes that have come to our attention throughout the week. So until then, guys, I hope you all have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you again on Thursday. Take care. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.